He had amazing sack.
Kenny. On the mic.
All right, I got Kenneth Brinson, Calvin Hopkins, and Kalen Holt to my right. Ken, if you want to start.
Kreitzer, Sons of American Legion Radio. Got to start defense. Made the last play of the game. I got to ask Ken Brinson about the last drive, and you had the 1st and 10 at the 13, and you were able to stop that play and make that big 4th and 8 play. Tell us about the last moments of the game.
Well, I guess first off, Cole made a great play on the ball, and just seeing our defense come together and just play hard and believe and play our assignments is really inspiring to see. So I really just think that play was a result of doing what Coach Bateman tells us to do every day and just having your eyes on your man and just playing fast.
Just got to go to Kelvin and just talk about you had a big day passing the ball, a big day running the ball. Just what were your thoughts out there today?
Just make plays for the team. Just get the ball into the right guy's hands and move the ball and get first downs and get a win. That's what it comes down to. And just playing for the team, trying to make as many plays as possible to put our team in a position to win the game.
And Kalen, maybe ask you about you got the game off to a good start with that touchdown catch. Just tell us about the play, if you would.
I wish I scored on that one. I ended up in
that's right to the one.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Kelvin and an extremely good block by KJ Klein that if anybody caught, it just happened to be me. It was great blocking, great execution by these guys. It was really big for our team. We needed that extra push.
Steven, in the back.
I'll stay on Kalen. I guess I'll go this way. But Kalen, I guess, first of all, obviously this game has a little bit of meaning to you, but just talk to me about, how big of a win this is for you guys as a team. Just what were the emotions after the game and just kind of where was the mindset of the team?
To start off, every single person on the team bought in, whether it was scout team, starting, backup, every single person throughout the week bought in to what we were trying to accomplish, which is 1-0 every week. And considering that I'm from the islands, every person on the team felt that they were a part of it. They had that extra drive to win today as well.
Kelvin, for you, I feel as if you guys kind of beat them at their own game there for a while. You guys were running the ball as you usually do, but then you did not hesitate to pass, and you were completing some big passes early on. So how important do you feel the passing game was in this particular matchup to kind of keep them honest and, keep your drives going? You guys were sustaining drives throughout the entire game.
I think it's important. It definitely gives the O-line a little bit of help. It gets those linebackers a little bit loose and thinking about pass, and safeties can't run into the box as fast as possible. It really helps them out a lot, and I think that's kind of what helped our run game a lot this game. And just being able to get that push on the front really opened up the run game for us. But like I said, it was just getting the ball to playmakers. Christian Hayes had a few good catches, and like Kalen's made a great play. I didn't know where I threw the ball for 3 yards, and he took it 66. So it was just getting the ball to playmakers as fast as possible and letting them make plays.
I feel as if, other than that 4th and 1, you guys converted all the first downs that you kind of really needed to get, at those must-get moments. What's this team's mentality when it comes to a short yardage situation? Obviously, you guys moved the ball at chunks, but you guys were getting the job done today. Was there just you guys going in the huddle and just saying, we're going to get this, no problem?
We pride ourselves on being a really good short yardage team. If you run the triple, that's something you got to take pride in. And it's on our goal board. It's something that we work towards every week, is just to be in the positive on 3rd down and 4th downs and things like that. So when it's time, the O-line, they get up for it. They're begging for it to be certain plays, and they want it to their side so they can knock somebody back. And they do a great job doing that. So when we get in those short yardage situations, 3rd and 4th down, it's time to pin your ears back and go get the first down.
And last question, just Ken, you guys didn't get any turnovers this game, but you were creating some trouble on defense with your sacks. Just talk to me about the defensive pressure you guys put on them today and just how you felt, you were able to change the game a little bit there.
I think as a whole defensive unit, we had Coach Bateman said, and I believe it too, we had the best week of practice we've had so far this season. Everyone was locked in and focused, and I think it showed out on the field. So, you had Jimmy Hammersticks, James Nautigal running with his hair on fire to sack the quarterback. It was just great to see those guys play and to be a part of that.
So,
Ken, were you trying to take a little bit of advantage on the edge rushing and blitzing that fourth down sack? Can you talk a little bit about that and what happened on that play?
So Coach Bateman told us to just pin our ears back and go, and that's what I did. So I was lucky to make it there, and that was nice.
Hey, Kalen, we talked about this game earlier in the week. Now that it's completed, how special was it to play in front of a lot of your family and friends today and pick up the victory?
Yeah, it was a lot of work getting them up here. We bought about 30 people maybe. Just having them cheer, and you can hear them. They're pretty loud people. They love coming to football games. It's a really great victory. We talked about it throughout the week, you and I. But it means more now than what I thought it would have previously. I can't even explain it in words. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. It means a lot.
Kelvin, I know football is a team sport. The matchup between you and Cole McDonald, is there anything that you took maybe personal this week, or did you when you were preparing?
No, not at all. It's a team game, and I just want to do my part. I just want to be a part, do my 1/11th. Coach Bateman talks about that to defense. I think that's one of the best things I've ever heard as a football player is do your 1/11th. And that's what I try and go out there and do every play, whether, I'm handing the ball off and throwing it. I just try and do my 1/11th to help the team win.
What do you think a win like this does for next week where you have to go on the road and face a pretty good Oklahoma team?
I think it gives us a little bit of confidence. We care a lot about winning at home and things like that, but we're going to go down there and play a great team in Oklahoma, and we just got to come out ready to practice and focus, starting with tomorrow, just getting in there early and watching film and breaking them down and going down there ready to win and compete.
Just want to go back to Ken. Again, you held Hawaii to 42 yards rushing. It was like 12 yards until the last drive. And then it seemed like you were, on defense, pass defense, Elijah Riley, Jalen McClinton were trying to force the Hawaii receivers to the sideline, and that seemed to work most of the time. Just tell us a little bit about the strategy on defense going in.
I think Coach Bateman did a great job this week kind of keeping it simple. We didn't really have a very complicated scheme drawn up, but I think we executed it effectively, and Eli and Jalen, those guys do a great job. Gibby does a great job. Our whole defense I think played pretty well today, so that was good to see.
Last question again.
Maybe just ask Kelvin. You look a little tired, but tell us a little bit. Do you have more confidence? You've won 2 games now. Do you have more confidence in your role running the offense?
I'd say so, but my confidence comes from my teammates. They have confidence in me, and I have confidence in them, and that's kind of what we're building upon, and just getting comfortable out there and trusting the guys that I have in front of me, the O-line and the B-backs and the slots and the wide receivers. I think that there's a trust level with this team right now, and we believe in each other. We believe what we're trying to do, and that's where my confidence comes from, is just that having those group of guys with me that believe in me and I believe in them.
Thanks. All set, guys.
We good?
All right, yep. Coach, you can start with an opening statement, then we'll take some questions.
That was sure a heck of a game, and they've got a terrific football team at Hawaii. And Nick Rolovich is an outstanding coach. That's very clear. How well coached they are, how hard they play. That was just a fist fight, bloody knuckle brawl. I mean, they were giving it everything they got, and so were our guys. And we're very fortunate to win the game. I'm very proud of our team for finding a way to make enough plays to win. And right there at the end of the fourth quarter, not getting that first down, we probably could have ran it down and put it away, and turned it over on downs there. We came up a couple inches short, and credit Hawaii, they went right on down the field and had a chance to score a touchdown there on fourth down, and our guys made a heck of a play, and it was a fun football game to be a part of. It was agonizing at times, but it's fun to see a team victory like that, and I think everybody contributed.
Coach, maybe just ask you about the last defensive stop. Hawaii ran down the field, but they got 1st and 10 at the 13. You have an incomplete pass and 3 incompletes, and the last pass broken up by Cole Christensen. Just tell us what you're thinking about during that drive.
Well, we got a timeout right before the last play, and I think Jay made a heck of a call and really kind of anticipated what might be coming, and guys were in place where they needed to be and made the stop, and it was a big play. It was a big stop, but getting them in that situation where it was a one and done play. They were either going to hit it or the game was going to be over. That's a big play on both sides, and really proud of our guys. But as they're driving down the field, just praying we find a way to get them stopped, and they're hard to stop. They've managed to score a lot of points against everybody they've played, and I think our defense did a heck of a job today, and I think Jay, as I heard Kenny saying, had them prepared and ready, and we didn't make all the plays. We scored a touchdown to go up 28-14, and made a really nice play on the kick coverage, had them at the 20, and one play, and they got over the top of us. And we want to be on top of that ball, and our guy was trying. That kid's fast, and ran right by us, and so we had a chance to, like I said, end the game, and didn't get the fourth down conversion, and they started going down the field, and I started playing all the scenarios in my head. Okay, if they score and go for 2, what are we going to do on the kickoff return and the ensuing possession that we'll have less than a minute? And I said, well, okay, what are we going to do if they tie it up? What things do we need to do? What do we need to be talking about? If they do go for 2, call a timeout and anticipate the play again, and just everything that might come up from that point just to figure out how we might have a chance to win the game with less than a minute to go. And fortunately, we got them stopped.
Coach, maybe we talk about the play of your quarterback, Kellen Hopkins. He ran the ball well. He threw the ball over 130 yards and 162, and it seemed to show more maturity in this game.
I think he's really played well this whole year. I think he's made good decisions and playing very much like a veteran player. He doesn't have as much experience probably as anybody out there on the field with him, but he does a great job leading our team. And there's some runs in there where he's really doing a good job of finding the seams, and he popped out of there a couple times. We had the one long touchdown that got called back for holding, and we had a couple long runs like that found their way back to the spot, but he did a nice job running the ball, and he's going to get better at that. There's a couple other times where he maybe cuts up in the hole a little bit early or strings it out a little bit long, and the more he plays, the more he's going to figure that out. It's really hard to simulate that in practice when you got a defense that's playing as hard as they are, and there's a lot of bodies in front of you, and they got bad intentions when they're coming after you, and it's easy to practice and it looks real good, but when you play in a game, it's different. So I know he's going to get better, and he's improved in the 3 games that he's played so far.
Stephen.
Coach, despite that 4th and 1 that you guys didn't get at the end of the game, I feel like you guys won the chain battle most of this game, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s, a couple 4th downs. For most people, I'm sure the confidence level to send their team out there isn't particularly high on those plays, but it seems like you guys have no problem doing it, and you do it very well. Just talk to me a little bit about you as a coach kind of making that decision to go out there and roll the dice and try to get that extra yardage for a first down.
The key is to try to get ourselves in short yardage situations, or short enough that we can take third and fourth down to get the first, and we get ourselves in a position where it's, there's a certain amount of yards to go, and we know if it's fourth and whatever it is in that particular situation, sometimes it's 4th and 2, sometimes it's 4th and 10, sometimes it's 4th and 4. We want to get it to that spot and take a shot. And so really on the first 3 downs is trying to get us in position where we can go for it on 4th. We want to make it in 3. That makes it a heck of a lot easier. We had the 1 4th down that we made and got the penalty and had to go punt. And it's disappointing that we didn't execute those, but that's just the way we got to play here. I've said that before. We can't give the ball back to the other team. We got to maintain possession of it. I think that's the kind of team football that helps Army win.
Something I noticed was that you were going out of the shotgun a lot, but also you were shifting from shotgun back to under center. They kind of made halftime adjustments. Were you doing that to get a particular look on their defense? And it seemed like you guys were passing the ball more out of that. So did it help the pass game ultimately?
I don't know that helped the pass game. It was to get a particular look from them on defense. And when we started to shift, they did start to shift with us. And that, it obviously kind of puts them back in the defense that they want to be in. And that was fine. We really got in the shotgun to try to run the ball and get the ball in the perimeter today. We wanted to run the zone some inside. We thought we could have some success doing that, and that was a little limited. But our inside run game was not as, if we probably look at the plays, we weren't gaining as many yards on those inside run plays as we'd like. And we'd like to get 4 yards a pop when we're inside the tackles. And I'd say probably when we'll go through and self-scout ourselves, we probably didn't get that. So they were doing a really good job in the interior.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Coach, just before the half, you guys had the field goal opportunity that was blocked, and it could have been a huge momentum shifter in terms of the rest of the game. What was your message to the team at halftime?
Well, I thought our guys were playing really hard, and I thought that we were playing pretty well against a good football team. I going into the game and all week I talked to our team about just this football team that we were playing today and how hard they played, how physical they were, and they hadn't played a snap of football this season so far in 3 games where they didn't have the lead. To start 0-0 to start the game, but after that, Hawaii had the lead and kept the lead for 12 straight quarters. So, frankly, to be up at halftime, knowing we're going to get the ball back, I thought that our guys were playing pretty good. And we made some mistakes. Both sides in the kicking game, and we made some errors, but talked about it with the guys and felt like if we could correct those things, we'd play a better second half. And it turns out they played a pretty good second half too, and it was just a fight, and there weren't a whole lot of major adjustments, but a few things we did differently. The field goal, there was some push. Their kid made a nice play and got some pushback and got a hand up, and I don't know if it was the trajectory of the kick or if they got too much push into the backfield or what it was, but it would have been nice to have those 3 points. It would have made it a little more comfortable for sure.
Sal.
Coach, how much do the past experiences with this team pulling out games late think helped you at the end there with the guys' confidence, at least on the defensive side?
I think our football team believes that they're supposed to win the game. When we play football, we're supposed to win. And we haven't won them all, but it's not because our guys don't believe. And I think they believe that we're going to find a way to get it done. And it's the whole don't flinch attitude. You've heard our guys say it up here, that it doesn't matter what happens, good, bad, or in between, don't flinch. Just go on to the next play and the next series. And I think our guys really did that after that big score. They came back out there, they stopped us, we didn't flinch. They hit some plays, got it down in position, and the defense came up with a play. And they've done that in the past, and I was proud of them for doing it again today.
Can you talk about Brinson's impact on this game and how much maybe you guys have pushed him to play to his potential this season?
He's a very self-motivated kid. He wants to be successful in everything he does. There's not anything that guy does here at West Point that he doesn't want to be the very best. He's one of the top cadets in his class academically. He's one of the top cadets in his class as military, in the military grades. He's one of our top football players. And I thought he had a really good game today. He's being well coached. Daryl Dixon does a great job of coaching him, and Jay and the defensive staff. And just sometimes guys are going to show up and they're going to be involved in a lot of plays, and sometimes they're not. And most of the time, it usually isn't because of them. It's just the way the game's going. Plays come their way and they make them. And you do your job, and you might be doing your job and you don't show up in the statistics, but you're doing your job really well. And that's all we ask him to do. And so today, some plays came his way, and he made the plays.
Coach, just going to ask you, we talked about it last week, the impact of the change on the blocking rules, and you got a couple of blocking calls. Bryce Holland got called. And is it just learning how to play in the new environment for Bryce and for other players?
It is. We're used to playing a certain way, and the blocking rules have changed that a little bit, so we've got to adapt. And the one on Bryce, he was low. I saw it on the replay when I looked up at the screen, and he was low on it. And we're teaching him to play with a little different technique. They want to make a play, and they want to keep the guy that they're responsible for making a play. And that's all he was trying to do. It was a great hustle play. Just was a block below the waist. The others, I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Coach, you're a third of the way through the season. It's amazing. You won both the home games now. How do you assess where the team is now at this point in the season?
We're 2-1. It's better than the other way around. So I'd like to be 3-0, but we're 2-1, and I'm a PE major, but that's 25% of the season. So we still got a long way to go and a lot we need to do to improve, Ken.
All right. Thanks.